What's up, all learners? Today I'm going to show you how to create an electrical plan and 3D model in Revit by using a residential building model. We're going to cover electrical fixtures and terminals, navigating and importing Revit families, custom family editing and importing, creating circuit and editing them, wiring and layout documentation. Because I'm not an electrical engineer, this video will focus on the basics of creating an electrical system and not the technical measurements and standards. So if you're a complete beginner, this is a good tutorial for you to learn the tools and understand the workflow. Let's start by creating a new project. Click on New, and on the new window that pops up, click the drop down. There are no preloaded templates here, so click on Browse and locate the electrical template and load it into your project. Now let's link the architectural source file. Go to the Insert tab, click Link Revit, select your architectural project file and click Open. This will load the Revit model you want to work on in your project. Next, let's try to add some electrical fixtures. Go to the Systems tab and click on the Device drop-down, and from there select Electrical Fixture. There are no usable families loaded, so go to Load Family, and in the new window you can see that it's empty. If this happens to you, you can either download the family you need one by one or install the full Revit family so that you don't run into this problem again. If you want to install the library, I have a guide at the end of this video, so check that out. Now let's navigate to Electrical MEP, Electrical Power Terminals. Here, select the standard duplex receptacle and click Open. Place the receptacle along the interior walls of the living area and bedroom by clicking directly on the wall faces. Let's also add some fans. Go back to Load Family, locate the ceiling fans and add them to the rooms. To place other types of outlets like countertop outlets and weatherproof outlets, select electrical fixture once again and click Load Family. Then locate and choose them and place them on the desired areas. Now let's add some switches. Select the electrical fixture option. Then load a new switch from the Terminals folder and add it to the project. If the switch symbol is not what you wanted, you can select it and from the Modify tab select Edit Family. This will open the switch family file so you can edit it. From the View section, open the floor plan reference label and select the label. If you try editing the label here, it might not work. So go to Edit Type in the Label section, click on the square to change the parameter to None. Once you've done that, you can change the label of the symbol. I want to indicate a double switch, so I'll write 2 here. Finally, save the family file for later use. And load it into the electrical plan project you're working on. Once loaded, place the double switch along the walls of the floor plan near doorways and key entry points. Then open Load Family, navigate to Electrical Fixtures, load the Weatherproof Switches family into the project, and place them on the exterior walls because these are waterproof switches. Next, let's add some lights. In the Systems tab, select Light Fixtures and go to Load Family. Navigate to MEP, Lighting, Internal Fixtures. Select Recessed Volumetric and load it into the project. But we have a problem here. The light is not letting me place it on the ceiling. This happens because you are in a floor plan view and not the ceiling view when placing the lights, or because you haven't added a ceiling yet. I have added a ceiling, so I'll switch to the 3D view and place the light directly on the model for now. But I will show you how to place it in the ceiling plan later on. Next, return to the floor plan view, select the recessed downlight you added and copy it symmetrically inside the bedroom layout. Then select all 4 recessed lights, use the copy command and duplicate them to the adjacent living area. And use the mirror pickaxes tool to reflect the lights from the first bedroom to the second one because they are identical. And finally, we need a single switch, so let's load one in and add it to the rooms. Let's add some smoke detectors as well. Open the load family window, navigate through MEP, information and communication, fire alarm. Select the smoke detector and click open. A model upgrade window will appear as Revit upgrades the family to current version. If a category mismatch warning appears saying cannot load family, switch back to Systems tab, open fire alarm from the device drop-down and reselect the smoke detector family and place it in the project floor plan. The symbol for the smoke detector here is too big, so let's fix that. Select the smoke detector and click Edit Family. There, go to Reference Level and select the symbol. Here it won't let me edit it because the symbol itself is a family. So we need to edit the symbol family inside the smoke detector family. If you click Edit Family once again, here it's only the symbol. So select it, unlock it, and adjust the size. And in the Edit Type window, adjust the text size and make some final edits. This is important. When loading the family back into the project, first load the symbol family into the smoke detector family. Then load the smoke detector family into your project so that all changes don't get lost. Place the updated smoke detector devices in each bedroom, living area, and hallway spaces across the floor plan. Now let's add some light fixtures. Select the light fixture on the Systems tab, choose Ceiling Light Flat Round from the Type Selector dropdown. Then place the light in the bedroom and closet. Now let's add an electrical panel. Select Electrical Equipment from the Systems tab, then load a new family by navigating to Distribution Equipment and loading the Lighting and Appliance panel board. Place the panel board onto the internal utility wall or any area that you host your mechanical equipment. Now let's create a space. Go to the Analyze tab and select Space. Hover over the rooms. If the text Space Not Enclosed appears, it's because the linked Revit model is not room bounding. So select the linked model and in the Edit Type window, check the room bounding parameter checkbox and click OK. Then reselect the Space tool from the Analyze tab and click the inside of each enclosed boundary to place spaces. You can also double-click on the space tags to rename them. We don't need to see the labels for now, so select all space tags. Right-click, choose Hide and View, then Elements to clean up the layout. Next, let's create a circuit. To do so, select a receptacle and from the Modify tab, click Power. Then from the panel drop-down, select the panel you've just added to the project. To add more devices to the circuit, select one you have just created and from the Modify tab, select Edit Circuit and from the Edit Circuit tab, select Add to Circuit. Then select all the terminals you want to add to the circuit. If Revit shows you an error like this one, it means the voltage of the terminal you've chosen does not match the panels. Another error to look out for is adding too many devices on one circuit. There are a limited number of devices you can add to a panel, so watch out for that. Now that all the receptacles are added to the circuit, let's create a new one for the lights. To do so, let's switch over to the ceiling plan. The placement of the lights seems fine here, but their elevation is wrong. This is because we didn't place the lights directly onto the ceiling before. I will show you now the right way to do it. First, open an elevation view to check the location of the fixtures. And as you can see, they're all over the place. To fix this, first adjust the project levels so they match the ones from the linked Revit. This will make sure the projects are in sync and the levels match. You can see the change when you return to the ceiling plan. The ceiling patterns and all the details are visible now. Jump back to the east elevation to fix the switch mounting heights. In the properties panel, verify that your switch device are hosted correctly to the intended level elevation. I'll just put it in 5 feet for now. Now if you go back to the ceiling plan, you will see all the switches because the height has been adjusted. Now let's switch out the single switch for the door switch. It's better representation for the switches near the door. The symbols for the door switch are overlapping, so let's fix that. Go to the edit family like before and edit the position of the text and symbol of the switch. Load it into the switch family and then to the project you're working on, just like before. As you can see now, the symbol is clear and legible. Now let's create another circuit. Select a light fixture and from the Modify tab, click on Power. And from the Panels drop-down, select the previous panel. Then click on Edit Circuit and Add to Circuit to add all the other fixtures that need to be part of the circuit. And press Finish. Next, we'll add the switches to the circuit. For that, select one light fixture and choose the switch option from the top bar. Then click on Edit Switch System and add all the other lights you need to control with the door switch. Once you're done selecting, click on the Select Switch option and click the door switch on the floor plan to add it to the circuit and press Finish. Now when you select them, you can see all of them are wired to the same switch. Now let's switch to the elevation view and remove the lights that were placed incorrectly earlier. To place the ceiling lights correctly, first select Light Fixture in the Systems tab. Then from the Properties drop-down, select the right light fixture with the voltage that matches your electrical panel. After that, place those lights this time on the ceiling and copy them to the other side as well. Then select the lights, power them and create an individual circuit for the lights and the switches. The lights can share a panel, but they cannot share a switch. Now if you select the lights added to the circuit and click on the Electrical Circuit tab, you can see the outline of the wires, but if you click off, they disappear. To keep the wires visible, hover over the light fixtures and press Tab. It will make the wires visible again, and to make it permanent, select either arc wire or chamfered wire option on the top bar. Now you can select the newly created wire path and adjust the vertex, point, and curvature for clean documentation graphics. After adjusting the wiring, you'll have something like this showing all the fixtures, terminals, the electrical panels, and the wiring. When you try to load a family, sometimes Revit Content Library is empty. This happens if your default content library didn't install with Revit. So open your web browser and look for one. If you search download Revit content on Autodesk, you won't be able to download the latest library without logging into your Autodesk account. So go to the 2024 Revit content library and download that instead. It's the latest version that won't force you to log in. Find the language you want and click on the .exe link to download it. Once it's finished downloading, run the downloaded .exe file to extract and install the official family library on your computer. Once it's done installing, click Finish and go back to the family loading window to see the content. If Revit doesn't point to the new files automatically, you can add them manually. Open File Explorer and go to the default Revit library location and delete the English and English Imperial folder or whatever language you want to replace. If it won't let you delete them, it's probably because Revit is still running. So save the new project, close every Revit application and try deleting the files again. Then copy the English and Imperial folder from the 2024 version you downloaded directly into the active 2026 Revit library folder so Revit can easily locate the components. Now back in Revit, select electrical fixture once again from the device drop-down and select Load Family. Open the Sync Library folder and as you can see, now it's full of Revit families. And that's it. You have created a complete electrical plan from scratch. This is part 2 of my MEP tutorial, so if you want to learn how to create sanitary plan, check out the next video. Or if you want the full series, check out the playlist over here.